The Regional Emergency Response Council is bringing back its food hamper program just in time for Thanksgiving season. And joining me now from the RERC Council as well as the Social Development Council is Caroline Hébert. Welcome to the show, Carrie.
Thanks for having me, Gabe.
All right, so let's start with a little bit of background on the food hamper program. I believe this is the third time that this is happening. And of course, it's all due to food insecurity due to COVID-19.
Absolutely. So when the Regional Emergency Response Council was formed March, April, we held our first meeting on April 3rd. The biggest concerns that was coming from the council was food insecurity. Food insecurity has always been an issue in our region, but more so because of COVID, because so many folks are just not able to make it to a grocery store. So we then decided to do our first round of emergency food hampers, which was in May, specifically for seniors. So 1,500 seniors received those hampers back in May. We did it again in June. That was more open, not just for seniors. Seniors, of course, were able to participate, but we knew there were more than just seniors who were struggling. Families, of course, single adults are actually a big part of the vulnerable population in our community. And so we opened it up. So now we are on to round 3, just in time for Thanksgiving. Like you mentioned, this time around, the funding comes from the Social Service Relief Fund. It's a provincial pocket of funding that is provided to municipal social services departments. So our Social and Housing Services Department manages that fund, helped many local agencies throughout this. And so they're providing us with the funding to do this third round of hampers.
That's excellent, and we both, as you mentioned, alluded to the timing of this, and you know, a lot of us always look forward to big feasts on Thanksgiving, but not every family is that fortunate.
Absolutely. So we're working with many agencies across the community who are supporting vulnerable people already. They're going to be referring their own clients and picking up hampers and delivering to them. However, we know that some vulnerable folks may not be tied to an agency. There's a lot of working poor in our community, and so they might not be supported by a local agency. So if you or someone you know may be in need of that additional support coming this October, you can self-refer by simply leaving a voicemail, and we'll phone you back. The phone number for that is 613-930-4892, and the extension is 253. So folks can phone, leave a message. The phone isn't answered. We are asking for their name, their phone number, their address, and the size of their household. So how many folks are living in that household? Are they a single person? Are they a father with a couple of children? Because we have 2 sizes of baskets.
Excellent. And obviously we can't name all the contents, but talk to me a little bit about the baskets themselves, the composition, and just kind of in general what people can expect to have from that.
Sure. They're fairly similar to previous hampers. The big difference is that families will get a turkey. Single individuals or double households, so couples will get a ham, so they're not left out, of course, but larger families will get a turkey. That's a big difference. Potatoes, onions, carrots, bread, eggs, tons of canned goods, peanut butter, rice, applesauce, pasta, and I could go on, but we're really focused on making sure that they have a happy and full Thanksgiving. So including that turkey this time, I think, is going to make a big difference. And folks have until October 1st to call that line to request a hamper.
Excellent. And of course, due to the great funding from the Social Services Relief Fund, you're able to purchase all this food, but it doesn't come in the basket. So of course, we knew from past hampers as well that an army of volunteers are needed. So how can people, if they do want to be involved in that format?
Absolutely. So we were really lucky in the last couple of rounds of hampers. Well, unlucky that folks were not necessarily working or had an amended sort of work schedule. So we had a lot of folks during the day and in the evenings available to help. Although we are seeing potentially a second wave, a lot of people are back to work or have been accommodated working from home. So we may not have the volunteer army that we did back in May and in June. So we are doing a call out for more folks to help us. If you are interested in volunteering, you can email Stephanie, which is our administrative assistant. Her email is stephanie@ sdccornwall.ca, or you can call that same phone number, leave a message, say you're interested in volunteering, and Stephanie will phone you back and put you into the schedule. Right now, we're scheduling volunteers for a couple of shifts left for the afternoon of October 6th. And then basically anytime during the day between 9 a.m. and 7:30 on October 7th and 8th. And then the morning of October 9th. And we're also looking for those who are willing to drive and do some deliveries on October 9th as well.
That's excellent. Well, Caroline, on that note, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me. And of course, it's good to hear from the Social Development Council side, because we know, we've been doing very frequent Regional Emergency Response Council updates with the United Way, who have been fantastic. But there's a lot of other partners at play, including the SDC. The work you do in the community is fantastic. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for all that you do, as well as the whole team again at the Regional Emergency Response Council. And hopefully those in need will call the number and reach out. And those that maybe have a little bit of free time will call and volunteer their time to help assemble the baskets. So thank you so much, Carrie.
Thanks for having me.